There's a moment when you're going 200, 300 miles per hour, dodging incoming missiles with the twitchy evasiveness of a crackhead, taking pot shots with a dinky assault rifle as best you can, wherein it all comes together and makes sense. Within that consortium of insanity, varied purples and oranges surrounding your AC as your health depletes seemingly without end, you find some weird inner peace. Time almost freezes, and in that moment, while blazing at the speed of a fighter jet, nothing else matters. Everything fades, and all that's left is you and your AC.
Enemy systems down. It's silent.
That's Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon in a nutshell. The game, like its myriad of predecessors, pits you into the cockpit of an anime-style Gundam mecha. With it, your objective is to comb the surface of Rubicon, a newly introduced planet that has suffered a major cataclysm from years past, involving one of its most valuable resources, a mysterious red-hued liquid called coral. Your very first objective in the narrative is to acquire an ID so you can operate on Rubicon. This introductory set piece, not unlike the first levels of Elden Ring, Sekiro, and the Soul series before it, acts as a tutorial showing you the nuts and bolts of Armored Core 6 and its newest gameplay mechanics. Of note in particular is the new addition of a stamina bar, or AC strain as it's called here. When you or your opponent's AC takes enough damage, a short stagger animation will persist. This can be deadly for both you and your opponent, which is why this new stat, called Attitude Stability and Recovery on AC parts, is a crucial learning curve for new and old AC players alike. Upon acquiring your Rubicon ID, aptly enclosed with the call sign Raven, you are suddenly ambushed by a massive helicopter. This is your first named boss in the game, and although it may seem tough initially, the fight genuinely isn't that bad once you get down the controls and playstyle. It's all about movement, protecting yourself using the environment, and knowing when best to close the gap for a major strike. From here, the story of Armored Core 6 kicks off with the power of an Alula 21E thruster. Led by the enigmatic handler Walter, you are ordered to go out on missions across Rubicon, taking on the big corporations and factions with their varied artillery, generic weaponry, light and heavy cavalry, as well as enemy ACs. There comes a major roadblock in the form of Balteus. This boss is introduced after a major incident with Coral, wherein you come into contact with an ethereal being named Air. You'll also have to take down a pretty powerful AC named Sula, who could be fierce if you're not prepared, but Balteus is on a whole nother level. Several bosses throughout the game can be described as such roadblocks. They act as incentives for you to get to know the craft of designing an all-around AC that fits your playstyle. This isn't like Dark Souls or Elden Ring where you can settle on a particular stat and roll with that for the rest of the game. In Armored Core 6, it's all about experimentation and finding the best way to take down the AC or boss that stands in your way. Elevating the game even more is the ability to replay missions immediately after completion and receive incentives from doing so in the form of comb or in-game money and ranked tiers, with S being the highest. You also have training, which is just a set number of levels that get you accustomed to new mechanics more intimately, rewarding you with new parts upon completion. Whatever you do, please don't skip out on the training bits. It's so easy. It's like, what, it's 5 missions or 5 training sessions. Don't sleep on it. It's so helpful getting you into the game. It's so helpful in helping you learn mechanics and stuff, and you get free shit from it. You get free stuff. What's more could you ask for? What more could you want? And all of that is just a part of the sortie menu. You also have the arena, which is one of the most in-depth adaptations of the mode I've seen yet. By the third New Game Plus cycle, a whole new list of combatants is added, so you won't really run out of the fun. Plus, you can always replay them just like you can missions to earn calm, and a bit of pride if you're feeling down in the gutter after a beating from Balteus, or any other nasty boss after him. Behind the raw action gameplay, there resides, as mentioned already, an incredibly in-depth AC customization garage, which even includes unprecedented color combinations. The amount of depth FromSoftware put into AC6 is quite commendable, especially given how deathly focused the industry is on microtransactions and the like. Players even have a seemingly unending amount of potential for the creation of an emblem, which has proven to be a major hallmark of AC6 thus far, as well as in previous titles. The story may not capture the hearts and minds of most, but it still has an emotional weight and depth to it. I mean, even given the fact that there are 3 different endings, and one of which is locked behind the New Game Plus cycle, it's saying a lot, given how many different ways you can go about the story, and that third ending is pretty spectacular. It's punctuated by moments of oohs and ahs, with spectacles made all the more delightful given the synthwave, Blade Runner-esque soundtrack gifted to it by composer Kota Hoshina, whose prior discography includes almost the entirety of FromSoft's lineup, dating back to 1998's Shadow Tower. On top of the incredible music is fantastic sound design, helping you time certain actions accordingly. Specific sounds accompany in-game mechanics like enemy missile lock-on, energy depletion, or AC strain. They all play a valuable role in helping you know when best to dodge, land, or move in for the kill. I have yet to even speak on the awesome PvP mode, which comes with its own awesome spectacle, but, it gets kind of boring after a while, and, a 2v2 option would be kind of cool. My time with Armored Core 6 has been an absolute blast. And there's really little I can say complaint-wise other than, FromSoftware. Where's the co-op, buddy? Where's this co-op? We need that, My friends are asking me, can we play this together? They don't want to play, so it'd be kind of cool to have some co-op. But even then, beyond that, I pinch myself every day, watching gameplay, watching crazy builds go about, like, zipping across the screen, especially in PvP. I mean, it's just an absolute awe-inspiring spectacle, right? Like, it's only something you get maybe once every blue moon. I have to keep pinching myself because it's like, does this game really exist? Am I really seeing this, or am I in a dream, right? And the fact that it runs at 120 FPS, or has the potential to run 120 FPS on PC, I mean, what world are we in? Rubicon, clearly. FromSoftware's Armored Core 6 gets a 5 out of 5. And that's not saying much. FromSoftware's Armored Core 6 gets a 5 out of 5 from me. It's hard for me to really find any major complaints, aside from, as I said, co-op would be kind of cool, but some problems with the camera, right? I mean, I feel like that's just even me problem, a skill issue. All in, you add all the customization options, you add all the awesome spectacle, the FromSoftware magic, right? It all coalesces to deliver one of, if not the most engaging experiences out of the developer to date. And I just cannot wait for the Elden Ring DLC, especially after given what we've seen with this. I mean, come on. It's just sad that it has to be locked behind an incredibly niche genre. That is the one, I guess, overall problem I have, is the fact that so few players, so few FromSoft fans are really going to even give it a shot because of its niche genre. But that's it for me. I hope you had fun with this one. I mean, I haven't been here in a while, and I'm sorry about that. You know, I had some things going on with work, and, you know, doesn't matter. I'm here again. I'm going to start making more content, and I'm going to have fun with it, right? I'm going to have a blast, and I hope you joined me for that crazy ride. That, you know, like and subscribe, and tell me how much you hated me in the comments. That'd be kind of cool. Till then, don't drown out there. Don't drown, and maybe I'll take you on PvP, right? I'll be on PlayStation and PC, and you know, later.